Walk any marina on a Saturday and you can feel it in your gut. The wind looks friendly, the flags are snapping, the bay is calling your name. That is exactly when beginner mistakes show up. Not because people do not care, but because excitement outruns judgment. In this video, we're going to kill 5 rookie errors that turn a good day into a story you do not want to tell. I will show you a 3-question weather screen you can run in 30 seconds, the pre-departure flow that catches problems before they catch you, a dead simple rule to keep your boat stable, the practice plan that makes tacks and jibes boring in the best way, and the communication habits that make even a brand new crew look calm. Stick around to the end for the 60-second dockside drill you can memorize today and use forever.
Chapter 1. Neglecting Weather Conditions. Mistake. Rolling the dice on weather because the sky looks pretty or the forecast is vague. Cruising forums are full of stories that start with, "It looked fine when we left," and end with, "We learned a lot." The ocean does not care how optimistic we feel. It cares about physics. Why it matters. Wind stacking against tide can build square, steep chop that slams a small keelboat into a hobby horse. A casual front can swing the breeze 40 degrees and turn your easy reach into an ugly beat. Summer cells can turn a flat bay into a washing machine with zero warning if you are not watching radar or clouds. Avoid it. Use a simple 3-question weather screen before you cast off. 1. What is the wind doing now, and what is it forecast to do by the time I plan to be tied up again? If it is rising into your no-fun zone during the return leg, change the plan or shorten the window. 2. Where is the tide when I enter and when I exit my route? Wind against tide is your enemy. Plan around it. 3. What is my escape if the forecast misses by 10 knots? Identify one safe harbor, one lee shore to avoid, and one early turnaround point. Add 2 tiny habits. Look up at the sky, not just the app. Low, fast-moving clouds with ragged bottoms mean gusts are coming. Dark blue water patches upwind mean gusts are already here. If you see anvil-shaped clouds building inland on a hot day, you are on a timer. Set an alarm on your phone to check radar every 30 minutes. If you remember nothing else, remember this. It is never a bad call to postpone. The ocean will be there tomorrow. Your crew will trust you more when you say, "Today is a no-go," than when you pretend and scare them. Confident sailors cancel. Open loop for later. At the end, I will give you a 1-line radio call you can make if weather turns and you need to broadcast your intentions to the boats around you without drama.
Chapter 2. Inadequate Preparation and Planning. Mistake. Skipping checks because you are itching to sail. You throw lines, the engine coughs, the plotter is still on last week's route, and the spare fuel is hidden under a pile of fenders. 15 minutes of prep would have saved an hour of improvisation. Why it matters. Most emergencies are really unforced errors. A loose raw water strainer lid, a gate valve left shut, a VHF that is off or on the wrong channel, a halyard shackle 1 gust from popping. Catch these on the dock and the day is smooth. Miss them and you get to practice stress management. Avoid it. Run a simple pre-departure flow, not just a random checklist. Bow to stern, deck to cabin, then electronics. Bow to stern outside. Pulpit to push pit. Touch lifelines and stanchions. Glance at cotter pins. Check anchor is pinned and road is clear. Walk the shrouds and stays with your eyes and hands, looking for broken wires or cracked swages. Peek at chain plates where they meet the deck. Spin the winches 1 click. Halyards free and not wrapped. Sails hanked or furler clear. Traveler slides. Lines flaked. Fenders set for departure. Dock lines staged for return with big eyes and no knots that will jam. Cabin. Seacocks in the right position. A clean bilge is a truth teller. Give it a sniff. Electrical panel off except what you need. Life jackets visible and sized. Throw line where a guest can grab it. Sound signal within reach. First aid kit where you think it is, not where it was last summer. Spare water and snacks for double your planned time. Engine and electronics. Fuel level. Raw water seacock open if applicable. Strainer seated. Belt tension. A clean look for leaks. Engine starts. Check for water out the exhaust. VHF on 1.6, then dual watch with your local working channel. GPS or phone nav app on, route loaded with at least one bailout waypoint. Navigation lights tested even if you plan to be in before dark. Route. Plan A is your happy path. Plan B is the short loop with a protected stop. Plan C is get out, feel the real wind, and decide to practice in the fairway if it is sporty. The ocean rewards humility. Pack like a guide. Sunscreen, hats, spare layer, small dry bag for phones, a towel for morale. If you have new crew, give a 2-minute safety talk at the dock. Life jackets are here. Sit inboard until I say move. Fingers and toes inside when docking. If anything falls overboard and it is not a person, we leave it. If someone goes in, you shout, "Man overboard," and point. That is the job. I will do the rest. Calm is a skill, and you just taught it.
Chapter 3. Overloading the boat. Mistake. Bringing your whole garage. Because boats have lockers, and lockers look like permission. Or inviting 8 friends on a 22-footer, because it is a sunny day and they all promise to sit still. Why it matters? Stability and handling. Add weight up high and the boat heels earlier and reacts slower. Stack weight aft and the rudder gets overworked. Fill the bow with ice and people and you will hobby horse and shop and bury the nose. Overloaded boats are not just sluggish, they can be unsafe when a gust hits or a wake sneaks up on you. Avoid it. Use the thirds rule. 1/3 of your space and weight for the people and what they wear, 1/3 for safety and sailing gear, 1/3 open. If you are out of the second and third third, leave something home. Heavy things live low and near the center line. Water, batteries, big tool bags, spare fuel if you carry it. Light things can ride high. Jackets, soft bags, spare lines. Count your people like a skipper, not like a host. Know the boat's capacity and cut it by 1 if you have kids or total beginners. Tell people what to bring and what not to bring. Wear soft shoes with light soles. Bring a hat and a layer. Do not bring a rigid cooler the size of a refrigerator. Distribute with intent. 1 human equals roughly a case of water and a toolbox. Move bodies forward in light wind to keep the transom from dragging. Slide them aft in breeze so the bow lifts over chop. Rail weight matters, even on a casual day. It is not about speed, it is about balance. Have a ditch plan for gear. If a squall shows up, you should know what gets shoved below, what gets tied, and what can go in the cockpit locker. Clutter turns simple maneuvers into ankle traps. Clear decks are safe decks.
Chapter 4. Ignoring basic sailing techniques. Mistake. Treating tacks, jibes, and sail trim like optional advanced moves. Underestimating how quickly an uncontrolled jibe can happen. Forgetting that if the boat feels angry, the sails are probably talking to you. Why it matters. The helm is honest. If it is heavy, the sails are wrong. If the boat will not accelerate after attack, you turned too slowly or your jib is late. If you are white-knuckling in a gust, You missed the one move that makes small boats behave, and that move is easing the main. Avoid it. Build a micro practice plan. 10 minutes at the start of every sail. Pick a safe stretch with room. Do 3 tacks with a slow, smooth turn. Do 1 controlled jibe. Then practice luff and trim. Ease the main until the leech flutters, then trim just to quiet. Listen to the jib luff, trim until it whispers. Feel the helm lighten. You just learned more than a book can teach. On a beat, sails like shallow shapes. Flatten with halyard and outhaul if you have them, then trim until the boat points without stalling. If you point high with a slow speed, you are not actually winning. You are just driving uphill in second gear. Bow down a hair, build speed, then come back up. On a reach, give the main some twist so the top can breathe, and watch the telltales if you have them. If the boat rounds up in gusts, ease the main a handful, not an inch. It is counterintuitive and it feels like you are giving away power. You are not. You are dumping heel and saving control. Jibes demand respect. Announce it. Prepare to jibe. Pull the main in towards center to shorten the boom's travel. Turn the boat with steady pressure, not a snap. As the boom crosses, ease the main out smoothly. If you hear a cannon shot, that was an uncontrolled jibe. Do not make that sound twice in front of the same crew. Heaving to is your secret pause button. Back the jib, ease the main, turn the helm to hold the bow a little off the wind, and the boat will park with a gentle drift. Eat a snack, fix a line, calm a nervous friend. If beginners learned only one advanced move, this would be it. Docking is part of sailing. Do a slow lap toward the end of your session and practice an approach with spring lines. Talk through the plan. Decide who steps off, who stays on, who handles which line. Nothing says competent skipper like docking without drama.
Chapter 5. Underestimating the importance of communication. Mistake. Assuming your crew reads minds. Relying on vague shouting. Forgetting your radio exists until you really need it. Freezing when traffic gets busy. Why it matters? Most close calls in harbors and channels are not bad people, they are bad communication. You cannot control the other boat, you can control clarity on your own. Avoid it. Set tiny protocols at the dock. Assign roles for leaving and returning. Alex on bow, Jamie on stern, I am at the helm. If you are unsure, ask. No hero jumps, we step, we do not leap. Agree on 3 hand signals you will actually use. Point and finger circle means wrap a cleat. Palm open down means ease. Thumb up means good. Quiet beats shouting. Use plain language underway. Ready to tack and wait for ready. Helm to lee. Ease jib 2 feet. Hold course to the green can. Short, specific, calm. Make your VHF your friend. Keep it on. Listen to 16 and your local working channel. When in doubt near traffic, say who you are, where you are, and what you intend. Sailboat windfinder departing fairway to the east, crossing behind the white trawler, then turning north along the west shore. That is not weakness, that is professionalism. If weather turns, a simple sécurité call can alert everyone in earshot without drama. Sécurité, sécurité, sécurité. Small sailboat 1 mile south of Harbor Point, reduced visibility in a rain squall, proceeding slowly northbound along the west shore. You are doing 2 things at once, keeping yourself safe and giving everyone else a heads up. Set a lookout in channels and inlets. One person whose only job is eyes out. They are not coiling lines, they are not scrolling a phone, they are calling traffic and marks. Swap that role so nobody burns out. Teach your guests how to stop the boat with their voice. If anyone sees a person in the water or a potential collision, they shout loudly and clearly, "Man overboard," or "Hold." Those two words have authority. They cut through wind and ego.
Here is your 60-second dockside drill. Say it out loud before you untie. Weather now, weather later, where is the tide? Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. Bow to stern check, outside, cabin safety, engine and electronics. Life jackets visible, throw line handy, VHF on, route loaded. Weight low, gear minimal, people briefed. Tacks and one jibe to practice before you go anywhere fun. Communication roles set. That is it. You just turned 5 common beginner mistakes into 5 quiet strengths. Sailing is not about perfection. It is about rhythm. Check, plan, sail, adjust, return with the same number of people you left with, and smiles on their faces. If this gave you confidence, tell me which mistake you were going to tackle first. Weather, prep, loading, techniques, or comms. Drop that one word in the comments so I can build the next episode around what you need most. Fair winds, clear calls, and zero drama at the dock. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked this video.